So my son was becoming really sick, becoming allergic to, or it seemed like he was becoming allergic to heaps of foods, and really weird foods like bananas and cucumbers and just really strange sort of stuff. We weren't getting a whole lot of information from the GPs and specialists. So this kind of happened over a period of, I'm going to say about 3 or 4 years. We did not have answers, so I was kind of naturally putting him on elimination diets, not really knowing what I was doing, and thought, if I'm doing so much reading, I may as well start studying. So studied nutrition part-time while I was working full-time, and stumbled across a diagnosis for my son. Took that to the specialist, and he was diagnosed with an incurable disease called eosinophilic esophagitis. It's not an autoimmune disease. I usually have to tell GPs how to spell it when we go. He was looked after by the Royal Children's Hospital for quite a few years, going in for lots of studies and things like that. But when I was faced with a diagnosis that was incurable, I was very much not taking that as an answer. So stumbled across functional medicine. The Institute of Functional Medicine run a functional medicine training program, and I did 12 months full-time with them. It was a fabulous experience. I applied all of the fundamentals that I learnt in the coaching course to my son. I had a guinea pig at home, essentially, and it has worked. So he's been medication free for a long time now, and has been introducing heaps of new foods into his diet, is a normal teenage boy, which we never thought would really happen. That wasn't the diagnosis that we had in the beginning. So yeah, I've seen it work, and I feel like I need to get that out to the world, because as a mother, when your child is diagnosed with something that's incurable, you feel like you have to do everything you can to help them. So that's pretty much what propelled me into this industry. Was my child. Absolutely. So my son was 14 and a half, I think, when he got his diagnosis. And if anybody has teenagers, they know how difficult 14-year-old boys can be. So the psychology of change was a huge part of me trying to get him to do what he needed to do to get better. So without being one of those nagging mums that was going, do this, don't do this. It was psychology was definitely the groundwork that I needed to do to get him to think that it was his idea, but it was really mine, honestly. The people I work with are amazing. The staff here at MFM are fabulous. Love coming to work. And my patients are so different and so varied and so individual. Every day is different. The beauty of health coaching is that you are the person that whoever you're talking to needs to be. I'm the person that you need me to be for you. So if you're the kind of person that likes, somebody sitting on your shoulder going, do this or don't do that, I can be that person. If you need somebody to keep you accountable, I can also be that person. If you feel totally overwhelmed and feel like you can't get through your day, I am that person to support you and help you to be able to do that. Food. Bit of a foodie. I spend a lot of time in my veggie patch and in my kitchen. I like to cook and make things that are allergy friendly taste like they're not allergy friendly. So gone are the days of gluten-free stuff tasting like cardboard. I am really passionate about swapping things out. So if you can't have dairy, I'll swap it out with something else. If you can't have gluten, swap it out with something else. It's all about what you can eat and not what you can't. It can be really overwhelming for people when they're doing an elimination diet, for example. The psychology of eating is huge. The social, emotional, those factors that are involved they're ingrained in your mind about how you think you should be eating or how you've been brought up to eat, and changing that can be really difficult. Honestly, that it's even a profession, it's not really well known in Australia. It's really common in the US. Other countries, it's really normal to have coaches for many things. You see people, well, even in sport, you've got sports coaches. Even the best of tennis, they have a coach. Why not have a health coach? It seems to me like we need to get the word out that health coaching is a really complementary way to succeed in your health journey. Working with me, I genuinely care about your results. I'm absolutely 100% there for you to succeed. Since I was little, I've always loved animals. I went into vet nursing as a first career. I think I'm like a caring and nurturing person just in general. It's in my nature and it always has been. And I want to see people succeed. I think there's so much negativity in this world that we need some light. If everybody was just nice and supportive and helpful, this world would be, oh my gosh, it would be an amazing, positive place. I feel like I see the person and not the facade. I'm not looking at the surface of somebody at any point. Really, really not judgmental. I don't care if you earn $50 or $500,000. I will still treat you exactly the same. This is an emotional one for me. I had just graduated from the Institute of Functional Medicine Coaching Academy and had a lady who was, she was terminally ill, and she was going through chemotherapy every 2 weeks, and she was struggling to get out of bed in the morning. She had a host of side effects from her chemotherapy. So she booked in to see me, and it's kind of cool because the first two appointments, her first appointment she was late to, and she was just really tired and really, really flat. A week later she came in for another appointment, and she was kind of on time and understanding how the coaching process sort of worked. By week 6 of us working together, my phone rang and she was really apologetic, and she said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I'm running late, I'm going to be there, but I am at Dog City having coffee with my girlfriends. So she went from not being able to get up and shower herself in the morning to get out of the house to having coffee with her friends, because she just had the support of somebody who wasn't focused on the fact that she was dying, who wasn't focused on the fact that she was sick. She had somebody completely just supporting her in what she wanted to talk about, what problems she was going through, what problems she was facing as a mum who was about to pass away. She went into palliative care in the end, and she sent me a message via social media, and she said, I've been lying here and I figured out that through talking to you over the last 6 months, I've got about 2 months of extra life I've been able to experience. What remained of her life, she gained time, like totally invaluable when you have, a diagnosis that is terminal. The quality of her life was greatly improved, and she managed to go on her last family holiday. So she went to Thailand and had a fabulous time.